6 trillion. That is the approximate number of cigarettes produced on Earth every single year. It is one of the most standardized, best-selling, and controversial consumer products in human history. When you look at a cigarette, you see something simple: paper, tobacco, a filter. You might imagine a farmer rolling dried leaves by hand. But the reality is entirely different. The modern cigarette has little to do with the artisanal tobacco of 2 centuries ago. It is a product of high-end engineering, a miracle of industrial logistics, and, as we are about to see, an extremely complex chemical cocktail designed for optimal delivery. Today on Made Incognito, we infiltrate the production lines to deconstruct, step by step, the mechanics of the cigarette. It all starts here, in the soil. Nicotiana tabacum is a demanding plant. It requires significant care, plenty of water, and a massive amount of manual labor. You need to know that the tobacco used in your cigarette isn't just one type. There are 3 main varieties that dominate the global market. First, Virginia, a blonde tobacco, mild and very rich in natural sugar, often grown in the US or Brazil. Second, Burley, a darker leaf, stronger in nicotine but very low in sugar, which acts like a sponge for absorbing aromas. And third, Oriental, grown in the Mediterranean, highly aromatic, used like a spice in the final blend. A classic cigarette is often a precise mix of these 3, but at this stage the leaf is green, full of water, and unsmokable. It needs to be transformed. This is the crucial stage: curing. It is not just drying, it is a controlled chemical transformation. The green chlorophyll dies off, making way for sugars and aromas. There are 2 main methods that will define the final taste. The first is flue curing. Leaves are locked in barns heated by hot air pipes for a week. This results in a yellow golden tobacco that is very sweet. This is the foundation of the American blonde cigarette. The second is air curing. Leaves are simply hung in barns open to the wind for 2 months. The tobacco turns dark brown, loses almost all its sugar, but retains a high nicotine content. Once dry, the tobacco is packed into giant bales and shipped to processing plants. There, nature gives way to heavy chemistry. Here is where the process truly goes, incognito. If you were to cut open a cigarette, you wouldn't just find pieces of noble leaves. Manufacturers first use what is called reconstituted leaf tobacco, or RLT. It's an ingenious method to ensure zero waste. Stems, dust, and tobacco scraps are ground up and mixed with water to form a pulp. This pulp is rolled out, dried, and cut into strips. It looks like brown paper, and it makes up a significant portion of many modern cigarettes. Next comes the casing and flavoring stage. A sauce is sprayed onto the tobacco blend. The recipe for this sauce is one of the industry's best-kept secrets. It often contains cocoa, licorice, or added sugars. Why? To smooth out the smoke, mask the tobacco's natural harshness, and make the product easier to inhale. Certain additives, like ammonia derivatives, also perform a specific chemical function. They modify the pH of the smoke to free the nicotine, making it more rapidly absorbable by the brain. It is applied biochemistry. The tobacco is ready. It is shredded into fine filaments known as cut rag. It is time to put it all together. We now enter the zone of ultra-high-speed machines called makers. The pace is literally mind-bending. The most modern machines produce up to 20,000 cigarettes per minute. That is more than 300 every single second. The tobacco is dropped onto a moving strip of paper, which travels at breakneck speed. The paper is sealed with a starch-based glue to form a continuous rod, an infinite snake of tobacco. This rod is sliced by rotating knives. Instantly, another machine inserts the filter. Speaking of the filter, contrary to popular belief, it is not cotton. It is cellulose acetate, a plastic derived from wood pulp. It is there to trap some tar, but mostly to give the cigarette firmness in the mouth. On many cigarettes, a laser drills microscopic holes into the filter. These holes are invisible to the naked eye, but they serve to pull in fresh air to dilute the smoke when a machine tests the cigarette, altering the tar and nicotine readings. At the end of the line, cigarettes are packed in 20s, sealed in foil for freshness, wrapped in plastic film, and boxed into cartons. The logistics required to distribute these billions of units to every corner of the globe, to every convenience store and gas station, is a feat in itself. The modern cigarette is a paradox. It is an object of insane industrial complexity, the fruit of centuries of agronomy and decades of cutting-edge chemistry. Machines worth millions of dollars run 24/7 to produce them. All of this for a small 3-inch cylinder designed to be destroyed by fire in less than 5 minutes. This was made incognito. If you want to know what lies behind the other products in your daily life, subscribe.